Oh, is it over? Please, somebody tell me. Is today over? It has been such an exhausting day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Grand Prix review as we'll look at Formula 1 and Formula 2's Grand Prix at Monaco. And let's start with the basic. Sergio Perez, you legend. After being denied a win last week by Red Bull, he's bounced back and has taken victory here for the Monaco Grand Prix in what was a superb drive. Not just today, but across the entire weekend, Checo has been up there making the times. He matched Perez's times. He matched Sainz's times several times across the weekend as well, so he's absolutely fantastic as well. So well done to Checo. Thoroughly deserved. Second place for Sainz, third for Verstappen as well. Leclerc in fourth as well. And there's a lot to get through because, as you can expect, a lot happened here at Monaco. So let's start at the start. And just as we came on here as well, the heavens opened. And that was not the reason behind the delayed start, you might like to know. A power outage delayed the Monaco start and prevented standing restarts as well. This is from Luke Smith from Motorsport. And we were told the formation lap was initially rescheduled for 9 minutes past 3 local time in Monaco, but then it was delayed again by the FIA to 16 minutes past and the race starting behind the safety car. After completing 2 laps, heavy rain then led to the race being red flagged. The initial decision to delay the start seemed the FIA wanted to give the teams time to set up for the wet setups as well and everything, and changing over as well to their current tyres as well, because they all started on dries, and with a safety car start they would have to run full wets instead of intermediates. That turns out not to be the case in the end. It was because when the cars lined up in the pit lane of the red flag that followed, a power outage caused the starting systems to fail and contributed to the wait of nearly 45 minutes before the first rolling start was attempted. It is understood that the FIA was able to choose a standing start before the rain increasingly led to the race's first red flag, but the power cut meant it could not be sure the start system would work fully afterwards, so it had no choice but into intermittent rolling starts for the rest of the event. So the first red flag would have then led to a standing start, but the power unit failed. And then later on in the race, when Mick Schumacher crashed and the second red flag came out, we could have had a standing start, but because of that starting failure, it led to rolling starts. So now you know why they never did a standing start restart in that first instant as well, which is interesting as well. But Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton said after the race he thought the 2 standing starts would have been possible, but acknowledged that the spray was crazy after the rain shower, making a rolling start the safer thing to do. So all in all, I think it worked out. Good decision from Eduardo Freitas, of course, who is more used to running rolling starts as he does over in the World Endurance Championship. So thumbs up to you, sir. Well done. As you can probably tell, my voice is going after today. So let's go through the action first of all. The rain came down, everyone got changed over tyres, and then we went out, we did 2 laps, both formation laps, and the red flag came out, stopping the race before it even started. They came into the pit lane, waited for 45 minutes, and then we got going again, but the rain just lashed down as well. It was really complicated to follow what was going on as well, and that rain was honestly abysmal. Then we found out that when the race started again, the clock had started. So we had 1 hour, 45 minutes to complete 77 racing laps. And in those conditions, well, it wasn't possible. Then what happened is we got to lap 30. We had an hour left on the board. We're thinking, okay, we might go to a 75% distance. And Mick Schumacher, coming out of the swimming pool chicane, loses the rear of the car, smashes the front nose into the wall, bounces back across the track and smashes into the swimming pool section wall as well. And that, of course, we knew the car split in 2 as well. The safety cell working brilliantly, but it's always a Haas that's split in 2 for some reason. But as we now know, what happened down there as well, the barrier was completely damaged. They had to put it all back in. So we knew the red flag would come out, and it did. For a second time today, the red flag was out here for the Monaco Grand Prix. And it seems like every single time we have a red flag at the moment in Formula 1, they come in pairs. Think about Spa. Came in pairs. Think about Saudi Arabia in 2021. It came in pairs as well. It just seems to be coming twice as well. And this was the first red flag of the season for Formula 1 as well. So add that to the books. 1 red flag done in 2022 under the new rules. When the race restarted, though, the race started, I should say, when we had a rolling start and Leclerc got the lead as well. It looked like Ferrari were doing great. There was a debate between Sainz and his engineer whether to go straight from wet tyres to intermediates. Ferrari decided to go to inters, and they did that okay. But then when it came time to switch over to dries after the second red flag, it got the problem that when the red flag came out on the second pit stop, Leclerc and Sainz came into the pit lane together. Ferrari double stacked, but that wasn't the case because Ferrari came in the radio saying to Leclerc, okay, box now, in. And then as soon as Leclerc came into the pit lane, his engineers screamed on the radio, no, stay out. So a complete mess up by Ferrari, and just Ferrari being Ferrari threw away the 1-2 today. Absolutely abysmal. And they gifted it to Perez, who took the lead after stopping on the lap early and doing the undercut. So Perez got the advantage and did a much better job. Verstappen, we thought, could have got second, but got stuck behind Sainz as well. And it became the day of the underdogs. Perez and Sainz, the second drivers in the teams, beat both the first drivers at Monaco. Brilliant day, brilliant racing as well. And Kevin Magnussen retired at some point during the race. He retired on lap 20. 5 laps later, Schumacher was in the wall. But the problem is nobody knows what happened to Mick Schumacher. Nobody saw it out there on the track as well. It was just an accident that happened. So we understand Magnussen parked it in the pit lane and got told to retire. But nobody saw it happen. And with the first time we knew he was out of the race was when we were looking down the timing screens and Mick was out of the race. So really bad effort there from Haas, not to tell us why. Anyway, let's go through the results then for Formula One's Monaco Grand Prix as well. And if you want to watch the Formula 2, by the way, no investigations and no penalties post-race have been delivered from Formula 2. So the results stand. Felipe Drugovich wins the feature race here today as well. You can catch up more in F2 and F as well in the Encore show that's been rounded up into the wrap-up show on the Grid Network tomorrow. So on the Grid Network, we'll do our post-show for F1, MotoGP and IndyCar. That's 5 o'clock British time tomorrow on the Grid Network as well. So you can join us for that over there. Right, fastest up of the race went to Lando Norris at 1 minute 14.693. Great race from Norris today. Finished in P6, a 10th behind George Russell and could have got 5th. But George Russell continues his challenge of every single race this year. That's 7 races now. He has done World Championship points, so well done to him. Red Bull, fastest pit stop, 2.3 seconds, and Sergio Perez got the driver of the day. Here's the results then. Perez wins and gets 25 World Championship points. Sainz second, Verstappen third, Leclerc fourth, Russell fifth, Norris sixth, Alonso 7th, Hamilton 8th, Bottas 9th, Vettel rounds out the top 10. Gasly 11th, followed by Ocon 12th, Ricciardo 13th, Stroll 14th, Latifi 15th, Zhou 16th, and Tsunoda 17th. Albon, Schumacher and Magnussen, the 3 retirements from this Grand Prix. In terms of the championship, Max Verstappen now leads on 125 points. Charles Leclerc has 116. Sergio Perez has entered the title fight with victory here today, puts him on 110 points. Checo is in the title fight. Russell goes into 4th. He's on 84. He's a point clear of Sainz, who's on 83. Lewis Hamilton on 50 points is now 6th. Lando Norris has 48. In 7th, Valtteri Bottas has 14, 8th. Esteban Ocon moves into the top 10 in 9th on 30 points. Magnussen still holds on to 10th place on 15. Ricciardo, Tsunoda, still no scoring points, same as Alonso. Gasly moves up in the order slightly as well. Vettel, Albon, Stroll, Zhou, Schumacher and Hülkenberg and Latifi as well. Schumacher, Hülkenberg and Latifi still pointless this season as well. Constructors' Championship comes through. Red Bull 235 points, 36 clear Ferrari, who have 119. Mercedes on 134, clear of McLaren on 59. Alfa Romeo 41, Alpine 40 as well. AlphaTauri on 17, Haas 15, Aston Martin 7, and Williams have 3 points still as well. We do it. No, don't say that. Did it, lol, as it comes through. Yeah, coming through. We just anyway did it. But it was such a bizarre situation coming through here in Monaco today as well. And Josh says as well, currently in bed watching on TV eating Chris. I can't think of anything better. Wait, I can be trackside. Oh, absolutely. Trackside's always better. But yeah, the Formula 2 race as well, we had investigations, but they've all come back negative. And then we had a very strange post-race as well, where Ferrari protested both Perez and Verstappen. Now, during the race as well, just for the red flag, when Schumacher crashed, we changed over to dry tyres. And Verstappen and Perez had pit stop infractions where they crossed the line at the exit of the pit lane. They oversteered out on the wet part of the track and seemed to cross the pit exit line. Now, Ferrari protested that result, but it has been denied by the stewards. Due to the track conditions, they've let it slide because it was an oversteer moment. Nothing that could have been done because there was a damp patch right on the inside of the track, and apparently everybody was going wide. So the results do stand, which means Perez wins, Sainz second, Verstappen third, and Leclerc fourth. Josh said Abu Dhabi 2021 flashbacks. Yeah, looks like it as well, having to do the protest. Anyway, that rounds us up here for Monaco. Right, 7 days' time, it's slightly easier on us as well. Just MotoGP, IndyCar, and Formula E to worry about. But believe it or not, it sounds a lot simpler than it sounds. But join us next week when Formula E is in Jakarta for the first time. MotoGP is at Catalunya, and IndyCar is at the Belle Isle Detroit circuit for the last ever time. Thanks for your company today across all the motorsports. Good night to you all.